see you again with another episode of Boozing with Jude. Here we are. Well, yesterday in the morning, I took 2 pictures of the sea. Yes, I did. And I had shorts on and like short sleeve shirts because I was in Florida on the beach and the watercolors were amazing. And it just felt good to have a warm breeze on my face. And I took a picture of a dead baby shark. Yeah, but some really beautiful pictures of the water. And when I got home that night, I took some really not so beautiful pictures of snow, lots of snow. Yeah. So, day and night. I was fortunate to have a ticket to go to Florida on Friday. Friday was a tough day for me, folks. My friend passed away, and I was pretty sad. And it's really hard to mourn somebody and be sad when it's exacerbated by this dreary weather, right? I mean, it's just like there's no sun. Although the sun is just beaming today. It is really cold, but it's beaming, so I feel a little bit better. But I was happy to be in Florida for a few days to get through that. And interestingly enough, on Facebook, a friend of mine and her husband, what they do, like what I do for COVID, is like I'm doing Boozing with Jude. It's like my COVID hobby. Well, what they do, Libby and her husband Sam, they every week Sam gets out his guitar and they do a song. And so they did this song, which I think they dedicated to me. They tagged me in it anyways. Hey Jude, remember Paul McCartney? It's actually my ringtone on my phone. And I was really touched by that. It was like, take a sad song, make it better. Okay, thank you for that. And then they said, you'll have to make us a cocktail. Now, I don't know if they meant they were going to invite me over or they expected me to invite them over to make a cocktail. Yeah, not quite yet. It's COVID, but I'm going to show you one. I'm going to make it. I'm going to dedicate it to Libby and Sam. And she said, anything with gin. Well, I'm doing the kind of winter warmers. And, gin is typically a summer drink, but there's a drink that I think of when I think of winter, and it's called the bee's knees. Dude, was that a dance? Yeah, I think it was. The bee's knees is a prohibition cocktail. And I talked about that in several episodes, including my last one. So, from 1920 to 1933, no alcohol for us Americans, bummer. They voted it away. You can't produce it. You can't sell it. You can't make it. So they developed these places called speakeasies, which were illegal. And you had to utter a code word and you got in and you got to have your drinks. And this came out of the speakeasy period. It's a prohibition cocktail, but I think it was created in France where, wisely, they didn't have prohibition. I mean, smarter than us. Parlez-vous français? I don't, but here's to you French people. So we're going to credit it to a bartender. His last name was Meyer. I want to say Frank Meyer. And he worked at the Ritz in Paris. We don't know if he really created it. It showed up in his book in 1936, although it showed up in print earlier in another book. Either way, it came out of that era. And I said before that, they put stuff in like bathtub gin. They called it bathtub gin. Did they make it in a bathtub? I don't know. But back when you couldn't, really get gin here, people would make their own, and it tasted pretty disgusting. Yeah, disgusting. And so they put all sorts of stuff in it to make it taste not so bad. So the bee's knees is a lovely gin drink, and it comes with honey and lemon. Now some recipes call for a little bit of a little bit of orange too. I'm not going to make it that way, but I'm going to use a little orange peel to express in there some of the oils. You can add orange too. So I'm going to use my Amalfi gin. Amalfi is from the Amalfi coast of Italia, and therefore it's citrus forward. If you've ever been to Italy, there's lots of fruits, and it's mostly oranges and lemons and limes, but oranges and lemons mostly. Oh my gosh. So Amalfi is really good, and I think it'll go well because we're going to put a little lemon juice in it, and squeeze a little orange on top of it, and it also comes with honey simple syrup. Now you can just put honey in it, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's thick, right? And it's not going to get, absorbed as much in the drink. It might just kind of sink and sit there. So you make it the same way you'd make a simple syrup. So 1 part honey, 1 part water. Just heat it up until the honey is kind of melted, and you have a kind of a mixable syrup. So that's it. It's an easy drink, folks. We're going to put it in a smaller martini glass. You can put it in a Nick and Nora glass. You serve it up. We shake it on ice, and Bob's your uncle. Okay, so Bob's your uncle. So here we go. Basically 2 ounces of gin. Now, they recommend different kinds of gins, but any good gin that you like. You know, think about what's going in the drink. You know, I'm putting some citrus in there. I'm putting some honey in there. So, of course, a citrus-forward beverage would be good. But a London dry gin would work just as well. So if you want to like save the flavorings for the stuff that you're pouring in there, by all means. Okay? And then we're going to put this away first because my hands are always flying all over and I could just see that. That happened to me once. I was spinning my ring on a table. My friend Kay can tell you. This very ring in London, where I used to live, not that I'm bragging, spinning it on the table, I was spinning it, and I had a glass of red wine. And I went like this, and my hand hit the red wine. It flew over Kay's shoulder. It was like a miracle because she was wearing all white. All white. Yeah, she was. And it didn't touch her. It flew over her shoulder. And there was a young lady sitting with another lady and 2 married couple, I think. And it got all over her. Now, Kay was quite angry because she'd be like, quit spinning your ring. And I'm like, okay, I have this little habit of spinning my ring. Okay, don't do it. We're gonna. And, you know, you'd think I would have learned my lesson. I went over. She was very nice. I apologized. I didn't have any money. I should have bought their dinner, but I didn't have enough money. And so I gave her my phone number, and she said the next day it all came out. Red wine. So, okay, a little sidetrack. Here we go. So we got our 2 ounces of gin. Then we're going to do 3/4 ounces of our honey simple syrup. So it may seem like just kind of a sweet, nice, lovely drink, but you do have 2 ounces of spirit in there, so don't get fooled by it. So 3/4 of an ounce. Go in there. Now you can make 2 to 1 honey syrups, 3 to 1 honey syrups, but this should be 1 to 1, equal parts honey and water. We don't want to chill ourselves up. There are also some recipes of the drink that take absinthe in it, but I'm just not in the mood for that. So 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice, folks. I just squeezed it. It was my last lemon, and actually my last orange for the peel. Got to go to the store because I was gone, right? You know, and my fruit sits around and gets bad. So we're gonna put a little ice in it. Take out my chilling martini glass, and just fill our tin with ice. 3/4 full with ice, so we can still shake it. And pop the top on. I'm just using my regular old shaker today because it's just 1 drink and it's pretty easy. So here we go. Shake it till the cows come home. Okay, there we go. This stuff gets so cold sometimes my hands just freeze. Yeah, they do. But you want it cold. I'm going to double strain this because I didn't strain my lemon juice. And again, I don't want the pulp in there. So it's up to you. You know, if you like the lemon pulp in there, fine. Or if you strain your lemon juice when you pour it in earlier, you don't have to. But I didn't do that because I was kind of in a hurry. And there's going to be a lot of ice chips in here again. And like I said, I don't mind ice chips, but some people don't like them. And the little strainer catches them. So, yay! Amazing. So let's get that out of the way. Now, I have both an orange peel, which I'm going to express in there, and a lemon peel, which is what it calls for. Just express the juices and rub that around the side. I wonder if I could twist them. I'm not too good with this, folks. And I'm sorry I cut them beforehand, but like I said, I only had 1 of each, and I needed to squeeze the lemon to get the juice. So, look, Jude is not a garnish person, but I'm twisting them, and yeah, it looks kind of crappy. Oh well, what the heck. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the bee's knees. Bee's knees, when it first became a phrase, what did it mean? It meant something very insignificant and small because bee's knees, do they even have them? And then later on, it developed into something cool. Well, you're the bee's knees. It's the bee's knees. And I think there was a dance, so I think it's supposed to be like going back to the ladder. This is cool, and it's the bee's knees. It's great. So, Libby, Sam, thank you for your dedication of Hey Jude to me, and salute. I love that. Okay, so, I love gin. You can't go wrong with gin and lemon and honey. You just can't. I'm sorry. You want to put a little orange in there. You want to play around with it, fine. But I think this is the original recipe. And, it's refreshing and it's lovely. And you can think of it as a warmer drink with the honey syrup in there. or not. Take your pick. But that's my recipe for today. There you go, guys. I hope someday I can make one for you, and you can sing to me, and I'll just drink your drinks, and, you know, life goes on. So until next time, it's always a pleasure being with you. What can I say? See you next time. Peace out.